going to start with a slip knot. And then after I've made my slip knot, I'm going to chain 43 chains. After I've made my chain, I'm going to skip the next stitch, and then into the second one I'm going to make a single crochet just like that. For this entire row I'm going to be repeating single crochets. So this is the entire row after you've made single crochets. So for the next row you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then turn your work. When you've turned your work, in the next stitch I'm going to make a double crochet like that. After I've made a double crochet, I'm going to chain 2 and then skip 2. Into the third I'm going to make another double crochet and another one the next stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2 and then skip 2, and then into the next 2 I'm going to make a 2 double crochets. So that's how it's going to be looking like. And then chain 2, skip 2, into the third one make 2 double crochets just like that, and then chain 2, then skip 1, 2, into the third one 2 double crochets, chain 2, skip 2, into the third one a double crochet, and then another one in the next stitch. This is how your pattern is going to be looking like. So we're going to make this up to the end of the row. Once you get to the end of the row, still chain 2, then skip 2, then make 1 double crochet and the next one. So this is going to be the end of the second row. Onto the third row I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and then I'm going to start with a single crochet. We're going to be making single crochets on top of the double crochets. So in the chain 2 space you're going to be making 2 single crochets and then continue on top of the double crochets just like that. So you're going to be alternating a row of double crochets and then a row of single crochets. So for this entire row you're going to have a total of 42 single crochets. So let's make that up to the end of the row. After you're done with the third row, in the fourth row you're going to chain 3, and then I'm going to turn my work and then make a double crochet on top of the previous one, and then I'm going to chain 2, then double crochet. We're going to skip 2, double crochet on top of the other one. That's how you're going to repeat the pattern. So the double crochets have to be on top of the previous double crochets. Skip 2, and then another double crochet and another one, then chain 2, skip 2, and then, so that's the pattern. This is going to be the base of our bag, and that's how you're going to be repeating this. So I've made up to the 9th row, so we're going to start on making the body of the bag. Chain 3, turn your work, continue with the double crochets as before, chain 2, double crochets, chain 2, skip 2, chain 2, so make this up to this row, and then I'll meet you when you're going to start on the short side. And then chain 2. So for this short side, you're going to be making the double crochets in these strands, so just like that, and another one in the space, and then chain 2, and then into this strand, then chain 2 into the next one, and then chain 2 and into the last one. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs on the short side. Then we're going to start on the long side, so it's going to be here and into the next one, and then chain 2, skip 2 onto this, chain 2, skip 2. You're just going to be making the double crochets on top of the previous ones. Skip 2 here, to start on the short side, repeat in the strands and make 4 pairs, and then I'll meet you in making a slip stitch. Chain 2, and then we're going to make a slip stitch into the first chain that of double crochet. So just like that, and then you're going to start a row of single crochet. So make the first single crochet into that chain, and then the next one here, then 2 in this space, and then on top of the double crochets, then 2 in this space, then 2 on the double crochets. Repeat this all around until you get to your first single crochet and make a slip stitch. Once you finish the row of single crochets, you're going to start a row of the double crochets. So chain 3 and then skip the next one into the next stitch. You're going to be making your double crochet just like that, and then chain 2, skip 2 into the next one, make your double crochets, chain 2, skip 2, and then make double crochet just like that, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet on top of the previous one. So if you continue this round and round, your bag is going to start forming. So you're going to alternate between double crochets and single crochets until you've made your bag. So I'm going to be using different colors for this bag. This blue and white. You can choose one solid color, or you can mix up to 3 or 4 depending on what you like. Chain 2 and then like that. I'll meet you after I made a couple rows. So I've made up to the 13th row, and this is how so far it looks like. You're just repeating double crochets and single crochets and so on until you get the length you desire. So continue making them until you reach the number of rows that you want. but if you want a longer bag, you can increase the number of rows up to the required height that you want. So because I ended with a single crochet, I'm going to be making another row of single crochet. So chain one and then continue. Slip stitch to the first one. So now I'm going to be making the back straps. So I'm going to chain one and then make 6 single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6 up to this point here, and then I'm going to chain 80 chains. After making 80 chains, I'm going to skip 30 single crochets and then I'm going to join it to this side with a single crochet like that, and then I'm going to continue with the single crochets on this other side. So it will be 30 single crochets to this other side where I'll start making the chain for the other side of the bag. Chaining 80 chains and then skip 30 single crochets, make a single crochet to this space and then continue until I get to this point. So do that and then I'll meet you back. Once I've made up to this point, I'm going to continue and make another row of single crochet. The single crochets are going to be even on the bag straps to make it a bit more thick. So for the bag straps it's going to be just like this, easy. Just your hook into it and then pull. So you're just going to make like this. It's easy. So make this for the entire row of the bag and for the straps on the other side. And you want to make another row of single crochet, that's how you'll be making to increase the width of the bag strap. So this is how my handles have ended up looking like. If you want, you can increase the number of single crochets and continue widening the bag straps. So I wanted to make a sort of a flower which I can hang here to bring sort of a pretty look onto the bag. So to make it, I'm going to be using this yarn and I'm going to start with a slip knot. and then I'm going to chain 10, not 10, like 6, 7, 8, 9, let 9, and then onto the first one I'm going to join it using like that, and then I'm going to chain 4, 1, 3, 4, and then into this circle I'm going to be making like 1, 2, so not like a treble but a treble kind of thing, then 2, and then 3. So after I've made these 4, they're going to be acting like petals, and then into the chain I'm going to make a single crochet like that, and then chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and then into the circle 1, 2, 2, 3, like that, and then single crochet. So repeat this 3 more times. And then I'm going to chain a chain here, and then that's going to hang from the back and cut my yarn. I think I'm going to hang it here. So if it doesn't look good, I think I could have perfected it. Yeah, maybe next time. So thank you for watching my tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video.